Guys, welcome back to another video. Today we will do Data and RetroStudio IceBerg. It's a game where you can travel to old Roblox 2015 to 2009. But we will be talking about the iceberg of the game where things happen. So enjoy, like, and subscribe. Flamingo was a popular YouTuber that does funny trolling on Roblox. He played RetroStudio on January 2021. January 2021 is when a lot of good things happen on RetroStudio. Flamingo, he played and made a game called Sad Story. Is a game where two guest free model from RetroStudio say being with you is hell and breaking
but he did return back to RetroStudio in December of 2024.
Cloud for KO RetroStudio YouTuber that is on the RetroStudio wiki. We will talk about the wiki later in video, but he was a cool RetroStudio streamer, probably was carrying RetroStudio in summer 2023. He made multiple commentary videos on RetroStudio. Even the retro admins loved him, but he quit in beginning of 2024 due to the community, and he started his YouTube channel in December of 2022. That Mickey Dog is a YouTuber that makes RetroStudio videos. I'm pretty sure if you joined RetroStudio in 2021 and you went on YouTube and searched up RetroStudio videos, you will see him making skits. He disappeared in June 2022, but until somebody made this comment saying that he lost access to his YouTube account, so he can't get back in, but he did make a new YouTube account called That Mickey Dog 2 in 2023. So yeah, he didn't die, guys, he's okay. That passed away recently in December, February 2024, month ago. Rest in peace. I'm not gonna say the cause that's just disrespectful, to be honest. He did create popular games on RetroStudio like Remade, Sword Fighting Heights. RetroStudio, rest in peace. Sending my condolences to his family. RetroStudio's weirdest event was called Crash Whip. It was popular for a day, probably one of the shortest events in RetroStudio history. This was a weird event. It was just a game where you drive with a free model car and drive into a model park. I'm pretty sure this event is lost media. I can only find one picture of this game. Nobody
Watch It TV
is probably one of the most hated RetroStudio games cause it's boring and it gets repeatedly popular. And it always gets hacked by hackers. Like a couple days ago it was deleted due to bypass RetroStudio Rewind. This one is useless. All I'm gonna say is that people make RetroStudio's rewinds to remake the Roblox 2016 Rewind. I actually made a cool RetroStudio Rewind. RetroBlox check it out. A popular game before RetroStudio was made in 2019, made by RetroDev. RetroBlox is now discounted. Nobody plays it anymore. It dried out, sadly. Used to be popular. Retro Creations is a RetroStudio YouTuber that disappeared. He made popular videos of RetroStudio skits on his video. He is okay. I am actually friends with him. He just doesn't wanna make videos anymore. Last time he posted was in February 2024. Promo code glitches are when you put in promo code like Roblox or Array in RetroStudio, it either jump scares you or kick you. Like the code RetroBlocks, I think teleports you to RetroBlocks. They are promo code glitches, I call them. RetroStudio 1994 Array incident is a RetroStudio lore. When you type it in RetroStudio chat and say it, it makes your screen turn gray and .it pops up saying risk banishment, basically telling you to stop talking about this. And if you do it one more time, it puts up a permanent Array jump scare.s, so it makes you where you have to rejoin. Your screen is rare. Face is a like face that you can get on RetroStudio is rare but expensive. Only the Roblox handler have it and some other people. Fun fact, there's also another rare thing, not that rare, called troll face, comes every April Fool. Robbie Est is a RetroStudio YouTuber who does challenges hosts like Merbeast, but RetroStudio, he does it and he makes games and videos. RetroStudio trailers are a trend that was around in 2022 or 2021. You can post trailers of RetroStudio for the new RetroStudio trailer. If you want, I think you would get announced on their server or get RetroBucks. I don't know who David won, but yeah, 1994 was a time you can change on your games on RetroStudio. but well, not anymore. It was removed somewhere in 2022, and then people say it was removed. Do it being useless, I mean, not that much people used it. Retro Shorts is a RetroStudio YouTuber that does video skits on RetroStudio and makes funny videos. Test Level 1 is a game that is a testing game for RetroStudio before. It was released to test stuff, I think to test models and stuff. Roblox warn is, a thing happens, RetroStudio went under review and theory is that RetroStudio warns them. But in 2023 RetroStudio almost had .to remove events because of Roblox had warned them
Roblox
to not make events. Is the owner of RetroStudio, he owns the whole RetroStudio. Mailed virus is a virus that started in RetroStudio basically in June 2021. If you joined this game called You've Got Mailed, basically you would get a Trojan virus on your computer. I really don't know what will happen if you joined on phone, but RetroStudio kept banning the games. It was a problem in RetroStudio. I don't think this exists anymore in RetroStudio. Skibidi Toilet event is an event that happened on July 2023 that caused many people in the RetroStudio community to quit, and it made the whole community go wild, and some RetroStudio admins even quit the game cause of this. It was also a lot of events happened on this day, Skibidi Toilet, I think, but I will cover that on later in video. Dev product glitch was a glitch. Recently basically the player made a Dev Products Game Pass and made, if you bought it, it gives you INF Retrobucks. This game was later banned by the admins. It would drop money around the map, and if you saw 2,000 Retrobucks you could pick it up and buy the Dev product. The Dev product was free game and game had 10,000 meters Retrobucks given to players. Footage is by a player sent.me for this video. Jump Scare Game is a game where you visit a strange play called Retrobucks Game. When you click the Retrobucks decal it jump scares you with a clown. Lost media for this, but I can only find one media. Hangout games are a trend on RetroStudio that half of the community hate, and even some hangout games get hacked and people hate on it bad. Like example, watch a TV exactly. X95 I was a YouTuber who was a popular retro YouTuber who quit RetroStudio in summer 2023 due to the community. Then Cloud4K later exposed him for being racist and some other things I can't say on YouTube. All I can say is he said he was going to do something bad, and then Cloud4K made to expose videos on him. The RetroStudio community was disappointed. There's only 2 Ray uploaded videos of his videos cause he deleted his YouTube channel before Cloud exposed him. Retro Dev Wiki is a page that covers events that happened in RetroStudio the past years and covers a lot of RetroStudio YouTubers. Admin tools is the RetroStudio admin tools that retro admins get every time they spawn it in game. This is actually a game where you can test it. This is probably a model of the admin tools hosted on Retro Dev server. Here's a video and showcase of admin tools. $100-player Dracula event. In July 2023 in RetroStudio event would happen the same day that the Skibidi Toilet event happened. Craziest day on RetroStudio. You wake up and it's sunny and you see end game on RetroStudio with 500 players. This game was a rated Dracula streamer was rating RetroStudio and at that time you could get in free Dracula mask. The player serve size was 500 players. Game was laggy, admins was trolling too. This is probably one of the craziest events in RetroStudio history. OneMug was a popular RetroStudio admin that was hated by people in 2021. People hated her and disliked her in the RetroStudio community because she made suspicious animations of her. If I'm wrong, please tell me in comments. Melvin the admin. Melvin the admin is an admin who was exposed in 2022 for doing weird things. There was a document that the retro admins made about him, but I did see the document at that time, but .it was later deleted. I don't think RetroStudio wants to be affiliated with him. All I have is couple screenshots saying that he's weird and he was also underage. As a retro admin, I'm not gonna keep speaking on this, cause I don't think RetroStudio likes to talk about this anymore. Cone 1337 situation. Cone, a RetroStudio admin that was exposed in either 2023 for doing and threatening people and saying weird stuff that he was gonna do. Unfortunately, I can't say the stuff on YouTube, but here's a screenshot. Now, we are getting deeper into the iceberg. Squid Game Retro is a game trend on RetroStudio. That is where used to be a RetroStudio rule. If you made a Squid Game on RetroStudio, it will be banned for copyright stuff, cause RetroStudio doesn't want to get copyrighted. But this rule isn't a rule anymore, cause there was just a popular Squid Game popular 5 months ago on RetroStudio, and it's still not banned, called Squid Entertainment. Childs is a RetroStudio exploiter, a person that raided retro dev and actually backdoored many Simon Says games, and also even using his exploiting key to troll on RetroStudio. They have a exploit group called Child's Explorer or Child's X and Child X Key, something they stopped backdooring RetroStudio games in late 2023, and their client stopped working. If you don't know what backdooring is, basically a Roblox exploiting term to get accesses to remote event and basically send signals to Roblox server and stuff. Also playing the video of Child's exploiting. And also even made an old video about him exploiting on RetroStudio. RetroStudio is a person that wanted to end RetroStudio in early 2022 by posting bypassed Razik games, and the Razik games were basically Razik toward Mexicans and blacks. He kept posting the bypassed games so bad that RetroStudio went under review. Here's the video of the game. And also when RetroStudio went under review, he basically told RetroStudio, "My work is done," by joining one of the retro admins. And also RetroStudio said his main was Cowboy Ace, a RetroStudio user that was banned for stuff. But it's a theory that RetroStudio thinks. I don't think we will never find his main. The good thing about RetroStudio is that he's living a good life and actually is heading his way to college. He said in a Cloud
I am
for K
currently
interview
18 and
playing the
retired
clip.
from making attempts to end RetroStudio. I have a girlfriend and a job and I'm looking at schools at the moment. I am retired from this point in my life, and I have gotten diminishing returns on my bypassed games. I do not want to spend money on bypassed games, and the updates designed to delay bypassed games have made it not worth the effort. I am actually black in real life, contrary to what my games may suggest.
Yeah, I guess that makes things a little bit better that we know that you're actually black in real life. It's nice that you're actually living a life. It's actually pretty surprising.
Peter Griffin is just like a rare face.to cause it's rare for someone to have a full Peter Griffin avatar on RetroStudio, just a short one. Content deleted is a old RetroStudio feature. Basically, if a game gets banned on RetroStudio, it turns into the game I'm playing right now, cause back then you can play deleted RetroStudio games, now you can't. This feature is gone now, sadly. RetroROM 8 is a RetroStudio backdoor group. Well, not technically a backdoor group, basically. Let's just say a RetroStudio exploiting company, I call it. Basically, they sell RetroStudio backdoors to people that you can actually backdoor games to server-side scripts importing models in game. RetroROM 8 is disassociationed, and to prevent this, people tried making a system where that blocks RetroROM 8 buyers, and even a new thing called Retro Defender that blocks malicious RetroStudio free models. And even Array made a promo code when RetroROM 8 quit. Also, I'm playing the video of RetroROM 8 exploiting. Beyond 5D is a different person, cuz he actually exploited on RetroStudio because the owner of RetroStudio didn't accept him to become a developer. I guess there was some kind of developer application and he got denied, so he searched for a RetroStudio vulnerability and he found it and basically turned all RetroStudio games red. But then he also strikes last month in May 20th. He did it again. This time he turned all games into a condo game. But Beyond 5D claims that wasn't him, which I believe, cause I don't think Beyond 5D cares about RetroStudio anymore. Simon says games basically a punching bag on RetroStudio, a trend RetroStudio where basically the owner gives you admin if you win a Simon Says game which turns out bad, and then the game either gets backdoored or destroyed by admin abusers. Basically, Lithium is a most hated RetroStudio user that used to make gore games on RetroStudio and basically was like, I will end RetroStudio making condo games and stuff. News Channel Theory or Myth is basically a RetroStudio game. Made a game where you turn into noobs, and basically the owner said that we are on live television, basically telling us that they hijacked a live TV, and basically video was uploaded on March 2nd, 2025. This is probably just a kid goofing around, or it may be true. Here's the video.